Yo, what's up, Travis? What are you up to today? Creating some exam questions and continuing Java learning. What do you mean exam questions? I feel like you mentioned that last stream. I don't remember though. I am just chilling. Gonna build out a searchable drop-down menu. I built this out yesterday for the 100 Days of Code, which is gonna come out like into next week, but kind of want to just build it live again too, because it's a lot of fun. Just kind of familiarizing myself again with the code, because some of it was a little confusing. Nice. Yeah, so this is the drop down if you want to see it. Check it out. When you click on it, you can start searching, or you can you'll have all your drop down items in here. So it works like a normal drop down menu, but you can start searching, and it'll match anything like the name or the email address. So if you even just type in Gmail, all of them will stay up. But you can type in Josh, type in Samantha. And if you click on them, they pop up here. So it's kind of like you can choose and select certain people, but you can't click on them twice. You can only click on them once. So if they exist, they're already chosen. You can't select them twice, but you can select more than one. Currently, there's no way to delete these, which is kind of on purpose. So that's going to be part of the 100 Days of Code portion where people can contribute if they want to. It's pretty basic, just deleting these so that you can click on them again. But yeah, it's kind of like a extension of the drop-down menu we built like last week. I think it's pretty cool. Probably be better if we had a lot more items in here. Let's just create a few more items. Actually, let's put them at the bottom. I'll add you, Brian, and Rohold. Taco, Travis, Rohold, and Bri. Probably should have like a max width or a max height set to this anyway. But I think if I just type in taco, you'll start showing up, which is kind of cool. Oh look, Brian doesn't show up. That's weird. B-R-I-A. Oh, that's weird. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's because of the capitalization. That's a cool little bug to fix. Probably leave it for 100 days of code though. Yeah, so we're gonna rebuild this today. Shouldn't take too long. Should be pretty basic. I think I'm releasing this end of next week. I think Friday. Yeah, should be Friday. I think it's already uploaded. I think it's just set to publish. Cool. So I'm gonna close out all this. Oh, Travis, you know how every time I create like a new build, I gotta like set up a new React project. I got to set up Tailwind, and I gotta go set up all the default files and structure and all that stuff, right? So I finally got around to setting up a template. Look how cool this template is. Actually, I don't even think it matters what directory I'm in. I can call this absolutely anywhere. But what I'll do is I'll just type in React template, and then I'll just name it Searchable Dropdown React. And it's gonna go to my desktop. It's gonna create it. It's gonna set everything up. It's gonna install Tailwind, set it up in here with the config file, delete all the files I don't need, and it's also gonna run the server all with that one command, and it's just ready to go. I set this up yesterday. Since I make so many React and Tailwind projects, I'm gonna speed things up quite a bit. I think, let me go see what the actual command looks like. Config. Where is it? Oh, this right here. So it's just called React template, and it takes in the name of the project that I want to create. It pulls from this repo that I set up with all these files in here ready to go, and it's already on GitHub. So what it does is it removes the Git file so I don't accidentally push to it, and then resets up Git, installs all the packages, opens it up in VS Code, runs a dev server. So if I ever need to make changes to this template, I just update this repo that I got, which is kind of cool. Pretty basic. I think it's a much quicker way to set everything up. I'll probably add on to it, like maybe add in some icon libraries so that I can even speed that up, because I typically use icons every time anyway. Tacos. What's up, Soli? Yeah. So all I gotta do is just call this React template anywhere, because like I said, it'll CD to my desktop and throw it on there. Which I do that specifically so that I can work with that file after the stream anyway. If I want to delete it, put it in a specific folder or whatnot, but it's always on my desktop. How are you, Soli? I guess I could delete this. Doing awesome. That's good. I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty good. Gonna build a searchable dropdown today. Should be kind of fun. I'm gonna get started building this. Might be a quiet stream. Who knows? All right. Make this container. With full, max width, set to like 400 pixels maybe. PG white, padding 3. Alright, so that's where it's at. Let's take these classes off. There we go. We say margin Y, 5. Margin X auto. Oof, I don't like that. Let's set a padding Y or padding top, like 5 on this thing. That works. Affiliate time. Not yet. I gotta stream on random days. I keep forgetting that. I'll probably try to do that next week. Just depends. It's kind of hard to find any times other than Thursday to stream. Like I said, it might just be one of those streams where you just see my face and I'm just doing some work for Treehouse. And we just kind of talk and hang out. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You guys got to remind me. I think I only need 3 days, so it's probably like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of thing. Or maybe when I have the time, I can stream every day of the week, 1 week. Just stream for a few hours each day. Let's go rounded full. Yeah, that works. Could be for 15 minutes of just random chat. Yeah, like I said, you just gotta remind me. And we'll see. I should be free enough to do something like that here and there. Also, let's make sure you guys can see everything. Oh, solely just so you can see what we're building. I don't know if you were here earlier. I built this yesterday for 100 days of code, so we're just gonna kind of rebuild it today because I think it was kind of cool. It's basically a drop-down menu, kind of like what we had earlier in the last stream, except it doesn't work exactly the same. It's not a little button here, it's just a search, because you can also search through these. So if I type in taco, Travis will show up because his Gmail is taco Travis, which it's not really taco Travis, but yeah, it'll match anything in here. So you can type in Samantha, it'll also show up. And what's cool is you can click on these and it'll add them to a list up here. But you can't add the same person twice, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, we're gonna rebuild this today. So it's basically a drop-down menu that you can also search through, and you can select people. Yeah, we're gonna build this again. It was a little clunky. It was kind of hard to figure out, but it was a fun build. So that's kind of why I want to rebuild it today. But the 100 Days of Code version of this will be out like at the very end of next week, I think. So you guys should be able to see that. Set a height of 80 pixels. That's kind of big. React app. Yeah, it's a React app. Doing this in vanilla JavaScript would take way too long. But if you guys want to see that, I can definitely do that too at some point. It wouldn't be hard to do. It'd just take a little bit longer. Can't wait to start full stack JavaScript tech degree. Yeah, I can't wait for you to start that either. I tried taking it a bunch of times, but I always get sidetracked. So whenever you do start it, let me know. We can do it together if you want. I think I'm on like project 3 or something. I just never have time to work through it. Let's set this padding top a lot higher than that. We'll set like a, yeah, there we go. All right, so all this is a big container. We need an input in here. We need our icon. Let's go to React icons. Yeah, I think I might add this into the template so it's a little bit easier to get these icons in here. Cool. I make good study notes. Awesome. Yeah, I'll rely on you for all the study notes. npm run dev. All right. Should still be running. There we go. All right, let's go find our icon. We're gonna use a search icon. I'll use the same one that I used yesterday. I think this one looks really cool. It's very thin. And we'll put this inside of a button for no reason, really. We're just gonna do it. All right, so for the input, let's put a placeholder so we can kind of see where it's at. Search contacts. Cool. All right, so let's say flex, justify between, and items center. Cool. So we kind of have the majority of this looking pretty decent already. Make it look a little better though. For the input, let's say width full, and then we could just give a set width to the button, and it should be fine. Because now, yeah, this is like full width now. So we could say width like maybe 50 pixels. That's probably gonna be way too big. Well, not really. It looks okay. I'm gonna say text 2XL. Let's just leave it that color. I think that's fine. And then for the input, we can give it like some left padding or left margin. Let's just do left. Let's just do left margin. Margin left 3. Maybe more. There we go. Cool. Looks good. We're gonna add a little bit of padding in there too. Maybe padding 2. So maybe we can take some of this down. Cool. And we're gonna take that outline, set it to none. So Dustin, if you don't do the FSJS tech degree, what track paths did you take to learn how to do React app? I kind of just learned on my own. I didn't know React hardly at all, but I understood like basically all of JavaScript like fundamentals, like pretty much like arrays, loops, all that, and just like the basics of everything. And if you got a really good foundation of like JavaScript, learning like other programming things like libraries and stuff are a lot easier. I think it would have probably have been a lot quicker for me to learn React if I'd have went through the tech degree, but I just decided to just start building and breaking things live on stream with you guys, and now I don't know, I feel like I know a lot of like basic React now. If you ever go back to like my very first stream, it was pretty bad. I couldn't even get through a stream without making a bug that would like break everything for like an hour. No, the tech degree is definitely probably the best way to learn it, to be honest, because it's so structured and it teaches you everything. Me, I just kind of guessed until I figured out why something wasn't working. All right, cool. So we have basically the main UI and the way we want it to look out of the box. Maybe we can do something cool with this this button now. What if we said rounded full BG zinc 200 just so we could see it? Let me say height full. Would that do anything? Yeah, it would. Let's do a height that matches the width. Might have to say min width. There we go. And then we can just do like a grid and place item center. And now I kind of like this. So let's put this like to 100, make it small. But when we hover over it, we could say BG indigo 500 with a duration of like 200. That looks cool. And we could also say hover text white. That looks cool. I like that. Doesn't do anything, but it looks cool. 400. Tech degrees have spoiled me too. It's been hard to learn anything brand new without like going to Treehouse first. And I don't say that just because I work for Treehouse. I say that because it's really one of the best places to learn, in my opinion. Everything you need's there in a structured way. Let's take this indigo out. Let's just use zinc. Keep it all. What about like teal? Ugh. Oh, blue. Blue looks cool. I like that. Cool. All right. So now let's work on like the actual drop-down menu part. This section right here, we're gonna call, I don't know. We'll just call this search menu, and I'll put default in parentheses so that we know this is just always visible. And then right here, we're gonna put our drop-down menu, and I'll put toggled since this is always toggled on or off. So let's just do with full for now. BG red 500 so that we could see it. We'll set it up with a minimum height, if I do it correctly, of like 100 pixels, just so that we can see it, like I said. Oops. There we go. All right. We do have to say absolute, and we also have to give relative to this parent container right here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I lied. This input and this button. Okay, so this actually goes inside of here. My bad. There we go, like that. Cool. And if we say left 0 and top 100 or top full, where did it all go? Yo, what's up, Rohald? Oh, we gotta take that relative off of this and put it on this, because this is the parent of it now. There we go. And we could say top full. What's up, can you not? Rohald, Soli. All right. Good time to pop in, Rohald. I actually built this yesterday, and I had a question on this part specifically. Look, I'll bring up yesterday's build. I don't know if this is a Tailwind thing or not. Let me run the dev server. Okay, so this is the finished product, and you notice that when you click on it and the drop-down menu shows up, the outside border radius changes. So the bottom border radius on the left and the right go to 0, and then this menu down here that pops up is actually another container, you know, this red one that we're doing here. And the top left and right stay at 0, and the bottom changes. So the bottom of the drop-down menu as well as the top of the search menu are the same, so that it looks kind of like a drop-down, right? I could not get it to animate yesterday, and I was using Tailwind for it, and I could not get it to work. So I ended up writing these styles in the CSS, and it worked fine. I don't know. Maybe when we get to it on today's build, you'll be able to like tell me if I'm doing something wrong or if that's just a limitation of Tailwind. I don't know. But I kind of like the animation, so I like to keep it if we can. Anyways, I'll close this up. Oh no, I closed up all of... closed it all up, hold on. There we go. npm run dev. There we go. Can. Such a funny name. Can. All right, let's get this menu toggled, because that part's pretty easy and it's fun. Ask AI to convert CSS to Tailwind. It wasn't the Tailwind. Like, I got the Tailwind working. It was just I couldn't get the animations to work. Like, it would work, but it would almost act as if like there was a 1 or 2 second delay. Like, it would do everything I wanted, but the search would animate before, like a whole second or two before the drop down would, which was so weird. And there was no delays at all. But I put it in the CSS, like just the standard CSS, and it worked fine. I don't know. We'll go over it again today, and if it just works, then I probably did something wrong, as usual. Anyways, okay, let's get this drop-down menu working. I guess we'll create some state. We'll do this early. Say import use state. And let's set up like an active menu state. So say active menu and set active menu. And of course, this will just be false from the jump. And I think honestly, when we click on our input, we'll probably want to toggle that. So we'll say on click, and in here we'll just say set active menu, and we'll do the opposite of whatever active menu is. That way we can toggle it and we don't just always turn it on. Or I guess, honestly, yeah, I guess for this it would make sense to just always have it on. So, yeah. But anyways, now that we got that set up toggle-wise, let's actually kind of do something with it. All we're doing is setting state true to false. It's not doing anything in the UI yet. So let's do that. Let's style this. All right, so I'm gonna say rounded bottom right full and rounded bottom left full. Ooh, that's not good. That doesn't look right. What am I doing for the actual main container? Oh, it's because it's already full. Maybe that's why, because it was going from full to like, which is probably just 100% to an actual value whenever I'm using medium or large. So I'll say like 2XL instead of full. That's probably why it didn't work, if I had to guess, Rohald. Because 2XL will set it to 1 rem. Full is probably just 100. Oh no. Maybe it's because it's using a pixel value. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see when we get to it. Anyways, let's do 3XL maybe instead. Okay, that looks good. And right now, the top for this is set to full, but we don't want that right away, right? So since we have access to an active state for this, let's conditionally render some class names for it. So say if active state is true, then let's say top is full. Yeah, top full. Else top is 1/2. Oh, it's active menu, not active state. Active menu. All right, so if we click on it, cool, our drop down goes down, but we should animate this. Let's see. We'll say opacity is 0 and pointer events are none initially, right? Cool. And let's actually just toggle this for now so that I can make sure this is working. So we'll say active menu here. So now it'll do this. Cool. If I say duration 200, will that make it animate in? Cool. So when we have this active state set, we should probably work on the styles for the search so it kind of like looks the same as the drop down. And this is where I said I might have to do some custom CSS, but we'll see. So let's interpolate those values too. So, I mean conditionally render. So we'll say active menu. If it's true, we want to say rounded, what is it? Bottom right, none. And rounded bottom left, none. Else, we could say rounded bottom right. What are we currently doing? Oh. putting the whole thing at a rounded full. So let me do this. I don't think this will work. Let's say rounded. Oops. Hold on. Rounded right. Full. I don't think this will work very good though. Okay, so it kind of works. Bottom left, none. Bottom right, none. Oh, you know what? I probably need to go over here and turn off that rounded full up here. And we could just say rounded top right. What are we doing? 3XL? 3XL, and we'll say rounded top left 3XL. Look how messed up it looks. Okay, so let's figure this out because so initially it's going to render all of this. Well, it's going to render all of this regardless. So we should probably just take this completely out, any of the border radius, since we're going to be using that up here. All right, so by default, it's going to look weird. And if active menu is true, we're going to say there's no border radius on the bottom, left or right, which is true, because when this is opened, we want this to look like it does. So we just want to update the top. Bendy. Yeah, it looks kind of weird, huh? Let's see. So when it's open, probably just need to do rounded top right full, rounded top left full. Probably won't look good though. Oh, there it goes. Kinda. Okay, so that works, except we need to keep the rounded top right full and rounded top left full. Ugh, that looks bad. I'm sorry, not full. These need to be 3XL. Okay. Okay, so it works fine using Tailwind classes. Maybe I did something wrong or I wasn't thinking correctly yesterday. So let's change this red to white. Cool, so that kind of works. I mean, it works for the most part. So the drop-down menu aspect of this works. Let me go and copy our users from yesterday. So in state, we're gonna say const users and set users, and we're just gonna have these users in here. These are some random names, so I'm gonna add some new names. I'll say Soli. #1fan@gmail.com. 2, we'll put GWAIHIR89, and we'll just say Rohald, and then we'll say Brian, and we'll say Bri at Gmail, and we'll add one more for Travis. Set the ID to 4, Travis, and we'll say Taco Travis at Gmail. So these will be our users. And I think putting these guys in the drop down should be pretty easy. So this is our drop down menu, right? So let's do a UL, and in here we'll probably loop over the users, and we'll probably want to render a user component for this, since I don't want to have to create a whole bunch of logic for each one. So let's just do that now. Say user.jsx, and we'll create that component. Okay, so users.map, and for each user we can return user, and we'll pass in a obviously we'll do a key. We can say index, even though the ID is kind of unique. We'll just say index. We'll say name is going to be equal to user.name. And email we'll say is user.email. And let's go ahead and import this component. All right, cool. So it's all there, but now we need to take those props out. So what do we take? We took name and email for sure, right? So we could say name just to see if this is working. Cool, and it did. Nice. Okay, so let's build this out. So these are going to be list items. And what I think we can do, name and email. Yeah, I'm going to put these in separate tags. I guess first, let's just put like an avatar image, even though it's just going to be a circle for now. Yeah, let's just do div class of BG Zinc 200. We could say rounded full, min width equals 35 pixels. We do min height equals 35 pixels. Let's see what this looks like. Why are they width? Why is the width full? The min width. Oh, it should probably be max. There we go. I can put max for this too. Actually, no, it needs to be min for the height. Okay, so that's that. Now for the list item, let's do some padding. Do like maybe P3. Let's do PY2 and P left. Say like 5, and then P right. Or we could just do PY, PX5. Cool. Maybe 3. And in here, we can do another group, which I'll come back and add some class names later to this. But we'll have 2 P tags in here, and it's just gonna have our name. And we'll have another one with email. Now, okay, cool. So now we have all of our lovely peeps in here. Let's go ahead and style this up a bit. So we could say flex and items center, and that will make the, or let's just say min width 35 pixels. And we're gonna say margin right, like 2 or 3. Cool. For the email, let's say class name, say text small. We could say text zinc 500. That'll probably be good enough, I think. I'm gonna do like negative margin top 1, 2. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We'll just leave it like that. Let's add some hover states for the list items. We could say hover BG zinc 100 maybe. How's that look? That looks pretty good. Let's for the UL, which is its parent, let's say overflow none. Or overflow hidden, I should say. Oh, you know what? That probably needs to go on the menu. There we go. That looks pretty good. And we'll just add a cursor of pointer. All right, cool. I think, how come I don't see my cursor of pointer? Oh, that's on the image. It needs to be here. Cool. It's very, very basic, but it's good enough, right? So we have our drop-down menu, which is basically where we got to last week building this. So now we're gonna work on like the searching, which should be pretty simple, pretty basic, pretty fun. So we're gonna need to set up some more state, and I think we're gonna need to use ref. So I'll set up use ref now. But anyways, in state, say input val, and then set input val equals use state. I think initially an empty string should be fine. And on the input, we can put an on change. And we could say on change, let's actually grab the event. And we could say set input val equal to target.value. But then we could set the value of our input to our input val. That should work. Let's make sure it works. So that's state number 3 right there. So if I say test, okay, cool. What else are we doing? Okay, I guess we should just start working on like the actual search for this. I guess we'll create some more state. We could say const searched users and then set searched users equals use state. Which initially we're not going to have anyone search, so it's just going to be an empty array. I need to type correctly today. Okay. So on change, I think is where we could put this. Trying to look at how I did this yesterday. We could say const matched users equals let's go. And we could just say users dot filter. I'm gonna say user. And if user.name.includes e.target.value or user.email.includes e.target.value. So this will basically hold, this matched users will basically hold any matched users with our search. Let's console.log matched users. So it's basically just an empty array. So I don't think that's working. Say set searched users matched users. So if I go to our components, I think that's state 4, right? No. That's our second state right here. No, it's not updating it. Let's see what I did yesterday. Okay, so that works. Maybe I just wrote it wrong. User.name. Let's do dot to lowercase dot includes, and we'll do that for both. e.target.value dot to lowercase as well. And now I think if I just type in Soli, yeah, so it should still match Soli, which it does. Cool. So I think I could even type in like just number 1 fan. Yeah, and she's still the only item in the searched users. Well, the matched users, I should say. And if I type in taco, let's see. Yeah, taco. Travis is the only one in there. Okay, cool. So that's working. But now I want to show just those. And I think I can just kind of do what I did yesterday too. So this entire UL, we're going to render it dynamically. So we can say if input val, how did I do that, is equal to an empty string, meaning we don't have anything in the input, which means we're not searching. we can return our list. Else let's take these off because we didn't get there yet. All right, so else we're gonna render the same let's remove these, the same UL, except it's gonna be populated with the searched users instead of just the users. Yeah. Cool. So if I type in Soli, just Soli shows up. Type in Taco, just Travis shows up. There's this weird spacing though. I think that's because we have like a minimum height set. Let's see. I think we set like a minimum height of like 100 on the drop down menu. Yeah, look, min height 100. So let's take that off. Okay, cool. So it's just Travis. And if we take everything out, we open it up again, everything should be there. Cool. So number 1 fan, and if I type it in all caps, it should still work. Number 1 fan, cool. So I think the next thing we should do is we should add these people to this list up here, which should be pretty simple. We can kind of do what we did earlier and just set up some state. We say selected users and then set selected users equals use state, and it'll initially be empty. I'm a pretty big fan of both. I'd say breakfast burrito, lunch tacos, dinner chimichangas. I like Travis's answer on that. Breakfast burritos are so good. Tacos for lunch are a good idea too. All right, so now that we have some states set up for selected users, let's pass the set selected users select setter function to each user, right? And that's so that we can click on them. So let's say set selected users. Oops. We'll pass that to the first instance of user, and we'll do the same thing to our searched ones. So now inside of this user component, let's grab that setter function in props, and we'll add an on click to the actual like list item itself. So say on click, and we'll run a bit of logic in here, right? And we'll just say set selected users. And we're gonna wanna update this, right? But we're gonna wanna spread the initial users. So let's also grab the selected users as well. We can say selected users equals selected. There we go. And we'll copy this and paste it up here too. Okay. And that's important because in here, let's see, make sure I do this the same way. We can say the previous users, and we'll want to spread those into the array. And then we'll also want to add in a new object, right? And I think we don't need all the information. I know we have like avatar and stuff, but since we're only passing in the name and email for this, we could just say name and do name, and email and do email, right? So let's see if this works before we try to render it. Which state is this? I wish they would label these bits of state in the hook. Is it selected users? No, yeah, it is selected users. Ah, look at me. I put searched right here. We need selected. Let's copy this. Do the same up here. That would have just threw a big error, or actually probably messed up the messed everything up. Okay. Set selected users. Take the previous items in here. We'll spread them into this array, and we'll add some new stuff. Okay. So, and which state is this? This is selected users, the third bit of state right here, right? So if I click on Soli, cool, it adds her to it. If I click on Roald, it adds him also. Cool. So now we can just render this. We have this data inside of our selected users variable. So right above everything, right, we should create like a something. It should be super basic too. Let's just set it up with a UL and we'll map over them. Let's say selected users dot map. We'll say user index, and we're just going to return a list item with the user dot name. And honestly, that's it. We don't need anything else. I don't even know why I put in the email. It's not like we need it, but maybe we could use it later on. So they show up here. If I click on Brian, he shows up too, and then Travis. So let's make this look a little bit better. Say class name, say width full with a max width. Whoa. Max width, and we could kind of set it to the same as, where's it at? 400. And we could just say margin top 5, margin X auto. Actually, let's just do margin Y 5. Cool. And each list item, we'll say class name, and we'll just say BG blue 500. We'll say padding 2 or padding 3. We'll do rounded full, and we'll do border 2, border blue 600. Cool. Those are really big though. So for the list, for the UL, let's just say flex, and that should fix that up. We can also do a gap of like 2, and we'll say flex wrap. And we're gonna definitely make these a little bit smaller. We're gonna say text XS. We'll do text white, and maybe less gap than that. Cool. But we're gonna add more padding. So instead of that P2, we'll say PY2, and we'll say PX5. Cool. But it's adding everyone over and over. I only want to be able to click on one person at a time. You guys ever tried Bayos before? Am I saying it right? I don't know what that is. They look delicious. Also, I'm very hungry now. I'm super hungry too. What is that? And am I saying it right? That's the most important thing. I think on the on click we could say const user exists equals, we'll say selected users dot sum user, we'll say user, user dot name is equal to name, and then we can say if user exists, the logical a logical not operator. Paste that in. Now if I go in here and I click on Soli, it works. I click on her again, nothing happens because she's already in there. So cool, I can't click on more than one person. Cool. We're done. Look at that. Let's add some more people. We'll add Dennis and Brian. Say 5 and 6. Say Dennis. I thought I already had Brian. I do have Brian. Say Dennis. We'll call it the menace at gmail.com. More peoples. Who else are we adding? Let's add Cassia. Cassia at gmail.com. I got a great name for her. No, we'll just call her Cassia, but we'll say her email is code contributor Cassia. There we go. Oh yeah, can't forget her. So 7 can, and we'll say candycane at gmail.com. Oh yeah, Sean too. Dang, look at me slipping. So 8, we'll do Sean. And I'll say SSS Cooks. Is that it? I think that's his Gmail. I mean his not his Gmail, his GitHub name. Let me see. Let me go to something that I know he's contributed to. Or actually, I think I could just go home. Crooks-S. He's a crook. There we go. Crooks. Cool. So there's our full list of people. Click on Can, click on Soli, click on Travis, click on Sean. But I can't click on any more. It doesn't let me. And if I want to just type in some things like Cassia. Oh no, she should start showing up. Oh, so that's a little bug we can fix. So if we start typing, we want to show our drop-down menu, right? So let's go do that. That should be pretty simple. We already have everything in place for it. So on our onChange event right here, we can say set active menu. Or actually, let's write a conditional for this. Let's say if input val is not equal to an empty string, then we'll want to say set active menu to true. Okay, so all right, so if I have it closed, but I start typing, cool, it'll work. So anyway, Cassia, click on her. Cool, she's added to the list. I got an animated graphic question after. What's up? What you got? First, you need to let me know what a BEOS is, or if I'm even saying it correctly. BEOS. BEOS. Like Jeff Bezos. Bow. Bao. 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 I sound weird saying that. It's an Asian thing. I love me some Asian food though. Never heard of it though. I'll give it a try. See if I can't find it somewhere around where I live in the deep south. What's your animated graphic question? I'm curious. Also, I would add the feature to delete these, but that's going to be part of the 100 Days of Code code contributing part, so I'm not doing it. How do we add animated graphics to websites? Like GIFs? Are you talking about like a GIF? Like on the Duolingo website. Let me go see what that looks like. Oh yeah, like this. This is probably. Oh, it's a really big. Is it a bunch of SVGs? Let's see. Yeah, so it's an SVG. Depending on where you're at in the front end tech degree, you probably already went past the animating an SVG course. That's a very low level way of doing it. This is probably done with a library though. I think I just saw GSAP somewhere. GSAP is a like a really big animated library. Gclip, maybe that's GSAP. I don't know. Yeah, so this G, I'm pretty sure means like GSAP. I could be wrong though. GSAP animation library. See if I can't find that. This is where you'd probably want to go to learn how to do this stuff. GSAP is really, really cool, and it's a really, really easy way to do a lot of these really cool animations. My guess is that on Duolingo, it's just a bunch of SVGs, and they're not animating each SVG. They're probably animating, like not all the properties inside of it, but they're probably animating each SVG to kind of do something, and they're probably using the GSAP library to do it. But yeah, go take a look at gsap.com. I'll paste it in the chat. But this is typically when you see a lot of really cool animations, this is usually how it's done. It's really cool. Even their website's a lot of fun. Yeah, go check that out. I think I jumped into GSAP a long time ago, but it's been very different since then. Yeah, and if you go all the way to the bottom, it has an SVG part down here, it looks like. Some motion paths, draw SVG, morph SVG, all that stuff. But you can do scrolling, you can do UI stuff, you could just do text, and then you got like just the main GSAP stuff here. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see this little menu. But yeah, have fun falling into that rabbit hole of GSAP animations. It's very fun. Their docs are awesome. I love websites like this. So if anyone's interested, there will not be a repo for this project, only because this is going to be part of the 100 days of code that's going to be released at the end of next week. There will be a repo related to that, and then you can do whatever you want. But it's basically a repeat of everything you see here. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I don't really have much for you. Hold on, I didn't go away yet. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty quick stream. I don't have a lot of time lately to be streaming for hours and hours and hours like I used to, but we'll have some more streams like that here pretty soon. But for now, we'll just do a couple of small builds once a week. And Soli, please remind me next week. Just turn a camera on live stream throughout the day if I can, if I got the time. Nice stream. Thanks, Travis. But I'm going to let you guys go. I'm out of here. I think it's cool when it's nice and short too. Yeah, those are fun. Not a lot of people could stay on all day anyway, so when I build big stuff, it's kind of sucks. They can't watch it all. But I've just been astronomically busy lately. I need more time in the day, and I don't have that. But this has still been a lot of fun, and I kind of enjoy the small builds with you guys. These are really cool. Gotta go study now. Yeah, hurry up and get through the front end if that's where I think that's what you're on, right? And then I'll meet you in full stack. We'll do it together. I need some way to push through it. All right, guys. I'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Peace.